Alright, so what is up everybody? I'm actually going to do a character build on Mass Effect today. And I want to start off with with respecing my Salarian operator. Now honestly, this operator, in my personal opinion, all of the N7 operators are just like amazing. As you can see, I've used the duelist. I've used her the least amount though. I don't know why. I have a thing with leveling up characters and then not using them again. So the Salarian operator has the three main skills, which are invasion, shield boost, and overload. Now overload, you might remember from Mass Effect 3 or any of the previous Mass Effect games, where you simply just basically what the description says, it unleashes an electrostatic discharge upon a target. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. It doesn't do too much damage, and in this build, I don't think I'm really gonna spec it out to do damage. I use overload mainly in golds, where I just have to simply stun the target. That was the word. Stun the target or stun multiple targets, and it saves my ass a lot actually. Now shield boost is another great skill, and shield boost, it's your L1 and R1 skill, and basically what you do is you use it whenever for my personal way of using it, I use it whenever my shields are gone, my health starts going down from enemies. Then I use it, and then I get my shields constantly back. And with the recharge time on this, I can do that pretty often. Now invasion, this was a skill I was quite skeptical about at first, because I didn't understand what it did. And to be honest, in my opinion, this skill sucks until you max it out, kind of like most of the skills in this game. But basically you send, as the description says, you basically send a swarm of AI controlled armor bugs, I guess is what you want to call it. And what it does is, as you can see, is it debuffs the enemy. It debuffs their armor, their shield, not their shields. Well, yeah, their armor and their shields. It debuffs their damage, and it lasts for a very long time. The recharge for this skill really doesn't matter at all. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, considering that it can spread. So I'm gonna start it out with invasion, because it's pretty much the main skill of the build. And for the 2 and 3, just gonna simply go for it, because we get extra recharge speed, which I said we won't really need, but it comes and goes. Duration you will need. For the 4th one, I'm gonna go for the effect radius over extra recharge speed, because how many does it say how many enemies it spreads to? It doesn't. So I think it only spreads to 1 or 2 enemies before upgraded, but this lets it spread to 4 enemies. With the 5th point or rank, I'm going to go with the extra duration and extra spread radius over the defensive debuff, because to be honest, 10% honestly isn't a lot, and most of the time the Salarian operator is a huge support factor. So you're probably going to use invasion and then run away from a big group of enemies. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Now for the 6th rank, you don't even, just ignore this skill. This is an entire waste of a skill right here. Don't go for this one. You want to go for this one, because this is what makes the skill amazing. So when an enemy falls below 15% health, invasion triggers an explosion that damages the enemy and other nearby enemies. But basically, if you use invasion and it spreads to enough enemies on the battlefield, your teammates, if they damage that enemy below 15% health, if they're smaller enemies, just red barred enemies, you will most likely get the kill for it. If it's bigger enemies, like maybe an Atlas or Berserker, The explosion will do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough to kill them. But it does help out a lot, and I'll show you an example of all of these skills here in just a little bit. But anyway, this is the skill that, or this is the rank, whatever, that you want to invest your skill points in. So next I'm going to be doing shield boost, and you know, get the recharge speed. Like I said, recharge speed, you'll want it. For this one, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with the extra shields per second generated, because, well, the effect radius, you're not really gonna be, I mean, I don't know, I think this skill kind of depends on who you want to be. Like I said, the Salarian operator is a big support character, so if you want to stick next to teammates and you want to heal them constantly, I mean, this isn't too bad of a choice, but I prefer this one because, like, the Salarian operator technically isn't a healer, so you shouldn't have to worry about healing teammates. For this one, I think I'm gonna go for recharge speed, because, you know, the quicker you get it, the more you can use it. And for this one, don't go for the max shields. I mean, you can if you really want to, but I'm gonna go for the restore duration, because basically if you use the shield boost and you keep getting hit, your shields constantly regen while you're getting hit, and it lasts for a good amount of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Now I'm gonna skip overload for right now, and I'm gonna move down to the offensive tech and support systems. Okay, for support systems, you definitely want to max out everything for the health. For this, it's kind of, you know, it just depends on what you want to go for. I'll probably go for the duration. Yeah, I'll probably go for the duration, honestly, for invasion. And then I'll get the health and shields, because this is a health shield character build. So I'll get that out the way. Overload, I don't know. It's between what you guys want to pick for this, honestly. Yeah, so I'm just gonna skip that and go to overload. We get the recharge speed, extra damage. Like I said though, the damage doesn't really matter, because you just want to use it to stun enemies with. So, you know, I don't have enough skill points to fully, you know, max out these two. But if I had when I get extra character cards, I'll probably spec into, I don't know. Actually, both of these work pretty well. I'll probably spec into the recharge speed as soon as I get another skill point. If you did want to go for an overload build, you probably want to get these three done. If you go for an overload build, you probably want to go for damage. So you probably want to get the damage skill for rank 4. You'll probably want to go for, I don't know. See, overload is a good skill to spec into, because there's a lot of good benefits you can get from it. If you want to go for stuns on an overload build, this skill is the one you'll want to get. If you want to go for just straight damage, then you want to go for damage versus shields. Like I said, if you want to go, well, I guess if you want to go for damage, any of these skills are pretty good. But like I said, in my personal preference, I use it just for stun. But anyway, that's my build for the operator. Now I'm going to show you like how I personally use these skills in battle. Just got an invasion kill on somebody. Oh, he's not dead.
Get somewhere safe.
Just got a couple invasion kills right there.
Oh. Shields.
3 left. Go get him.
Sharpshooter died.
Only one more.
The stun and get wrecked.
We're tracking reinforcements.